My name's Tommy Howell. I played Ponyboy Curtis. The film and the novel was sort of written through the eyes of my character. And he's basically, an everyday Joe that is trying to survive in this family where they have no parents, and he lives with his two older brothers in some tough circumstances.
I'm Patrick Swayze. I play Derry. Daryl Curtis, the perennial older brother, who I just realized seeing this for the first time since the movie came out is a kid himself, being stuck in a position of responsibility that he didn't ask for and has no idea what to do with. Could have had a life or a career. He was a jock, football star, and could have gone on, but life wasn't going to let him because he had no money to go on.
I'm Diane Lane, and I play Cherry Valance. This is great. I'm so glad that Francis arranged this because I never got to see the earlier footage either, and I'm just excited to see all the different changes that are going to come up. It takes sometimes a different perspective to fully appreciate it, and not being one of those young kids anymore, I can fully appreciate this film and all its potential more than when it first came out and I was still a kid watching it.
Ralph Macchio played Johnny Cade, one of my personal favorite characters I ever played. I read this book when I was in 7th grade, so this is sort of full circle coming to fruition, and getting a chance to see this extra footage is exciting for me.
I'm Rob Lowe. I play Soda Pop Curtis. I turned 18 years old on the set of The Outsiders, my first movie.
Hi, I'm Matt Dillon. I played the character of Dallas Winston in the film The Outsiders, which we shot 21 years ago in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I directed my first short film a few years ago, and they asked me how I wanted the credits, and I wanted these big, gorgeous letters sliding across the screen to a sunset, and I don't know where I'd seen it before. Now I remember.
What does the C stand for, Tommy, come on now. Now, give it up.
It's not a big thing. It's Christopher. My father's name, Christopher. I'm a junior without being a junior.
But the people want to
So you
know
needed
this.
the C
Do you
to
know?
get,
Wait, I got an interesting
to get
story.
into SAG. No, we haven't even started the movie. You can't put your
but
head up yet.
Fred Roos begged me to not be C. Thomas Howell. He wanted me to be Tommy Howell. He thinks that, we made a dreadful mistake. I could have had a career.
It could have been somebody.
I could have been somebody.
The other thing that was always so amazing to me about this movie is that we shot everything in sequence. I just assumed that was the way all movies were. I can't imagine how much money that must have cost them to shoot it like that.
It's interesting that he chose still frames to roll credits on. Interesting.
It's very old-fashioned. It's modeled after, I think, the credits from Gone with the Wind. Francis, I remember, was very, very cognizant of Gone with the Wind. In fact, we had it on playback a number of times in the movie.
Special consultant to Francis Coppola, S.E. Hinton. Susie, baby, I'm still waiting for The Outsiders too, honey. Come on. I'm available. Okay, I'll be quiet.
That'll be a first in your life.
Self-respect. Self-respect in this case.
I read this book when I was 14 years old in junior high school. And it had such an impact on me, really, as a kid. It's really a tribute to the book that it's remained a classic as a book. Most books that are turned into films, once they become a film, everybody forgets about the book. The book is still read and still appreciated.
Hello, I'm Francis Coppola, and I'm going to talk today about a movie I made in 1982 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, from a book by Susan Hinton called The Outsiders. I didn't know anything about The Outsiders. I had never heard of the book, and one day I picked up a letter, a very fat letter, and it was from Jo Ellen Masakian's library class in a California school. And it was all about a book that was their favorite book that they had read in their class called The Outsiders. They said it was just a beautiful book, filled with characters that young people really understand and with emotions that young people had and no one ever expresses. And would I please make a film out of this book? So I read The Outsiders, and I could understand what they meant, that they felt it really expressed how they felt things. Now, unfortunately, when the film was done, there was some difference of opinion between myself and one of the producers who felt that the film was too long and was not emotional enough and perhaps beat around the bush and should get more right into the juicy scenes. So I did shorten it, and ultimately we had a very modest success. But young people liked it, and it was shown year after year in schools and classes. But I began to get many letters and comments from kids, oh, why did you cut out the scene when the Sochas harass Ponyboy on the way home from the theater? And why did you cut out the scene where Soda Pop and Ponyboy have the talk about life in the bed? Then, of course, growing older, had a granddaughter, and my granddaughter's school had read The Outsiders and wanted to see the film, and I found myself embarrassed to bring the film, which had so much left out from the book. So I cobbled together a version that was the whole book, even though parts of it were clearly, not the finished color or with the music, so that I could bring my granddaughter's class a film that was the entire Outsiders movie. So here is The Outsiders, the complete novel as I think it should be shown. It's an epic for children, and I will stay with you and be giving you my thoughts and comments as we watch it, and I hope we both enjoy it together.
Seize upon the moment long ago, one breath away and there you will be, so young and carefree. Again you will see that place in time, so gold. Still away into that way back when you thought that all would last forever, but like the weather, nothing can ever and be in time stay gold. What can it be when we can see so vividly a memory? And yes, you say so must the day to fade away and leave a ray of sun. So but a twinkling of an eye, yet filled with sorrow and compassion, though not imagined or